I'd like to talk to you today about speaking up when we see evil, when we see bad things. Now, some people shout, yell, do it, but there is a way to defend people and do things. And there's a great quote by a gentleman, maybe some of you've heard of, maybe you haven't, but his name was Martin Niemöller. He was a Lutheran pastor back in the 30s and 40s when the Nazis were on the rise and Hitler. And he actually spent, I believe, about 7 years in concentration camps because of his being part of what they called the Confessing Church. Hitler had his own church that he bastardized everything and did all these things, but there were certain people like him, Dietrich Bonhoeffer and others, who spoke out, did the right things. But Niemöller kind of laments himself. And this is one of the most famous quotes of all time, and it comes from Martin Niemöller. And he says this: "First they came for the socialist, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionist, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me." Very chilling words by Martin Niemöller, something that we should remember. Whether we agree with somebody or not, when we see people who are being oppressed, when we see injustice, we should speak out and we should try to help those who are being the object of oppression and injustice. We need to speak out. Now, again, there are certain ways you can speak out. We had that not too long ago. We have the vote. That's one way to speak out. There are other ways to speak out. Maybe you need to run for office. You know, everybody looks at the presidency and the Senate races. Well, you know, there's a lot to be said for running for the school board. A lot to be said for running for city council. You know, running for different things in your county and in your city. We need a lot of good people in those positions. Need a lot of good people in positions in churches, in other good civic organizations. But we need to speak out because we don't know when there might be or come a time when we're the only one left. And as Martin Niemöller found out, there was nobody left to speak up for me because I didn't speak up for any of these other folks. Very chilling thing to think about. And I pray today that when you see oppression, when you see injustice, speak up. Speak up. Let's do something about it. And I'm not talking in a politically correct way or anything. I'm saying let's just speak out and do the right thing in Jesus Christ. I pray today that God would bless and keep you this day and always. Amen.